Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 Map of the Year series with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. Well, yesterday we had a look at what were, in my opinion, the top 2 maps in the river category from the last 12 months. And today we're having a look at what I feel are the best 2 mountainous maps, or Alpine maps, as I'm going to refer to them. Yes, I know other mountain ranges are available from the last 12 months. This particular first one, this one has been in my mind for most of the year. We reviewed it way back in episode 1118, and it really grabbed my attention because given the limited amount of space that we have to build, even on the full 81 tiles, we've got a proper feeling mountain range that runs right down the middle, giving us effectively a valley and a coastline to build along, separated by a big old ridge of rock. Very cleverly done and very, very smartly done as well. The map is Go West, Young Man. Go West, Young Man. What a great name for a map. Again, the name's amazing as well. By Rockstew. Rockstew, wow. Okay, just wow. Has it been flourished and finished to the nth degree? No, it feels rugged. It feels unsmoothed. It feels hostile even, and I feel all of those are definitely positives on this one. Definitely not a map for beginners. We reviewed it in episode 1118, as I said before, where it got 4 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail and 4 for gameplay potential. There's no DLC required for the map, although if you have Industries DLC there'll be a few areas with a little bit of industrial fencing that will fill in as well. It does require 31 items off of the workshop, including the Go West Young Man theme mix, which is the Aguil Bear theme and the Cedar Valley 4K theme, along with Nick's Lut Hard Contrast. Very rare we use that one. As a map, it does use network extensions too, but this was from before the time where we were all getting a bit squeaky about it, saying no, you mustn't use it. So I'm not going to ever penalise a map that already had that one actually as part of the requirements, but it is something that maybe when you take the map, maybe you'll consider upgrading those roads using Ron, the network replacer. But if network extensions 2 doesn't cause you any problems, then you've got a perfectly fine map to play with here. When I say perfectly fine, it's the second best mountainous map as far as I'm concerned of the year. Look at the size of it. Look at the ridge of snowy mountains running down the middle as well, just separating it up. It just gives you a slightly different gameplay experience than that big grid city or that river valley. It's all just a little bit different, and lots of different water sources and ways of interacting with the coastline as well. I really like this, which is why I've chosen it for the end of the year Map of the Year series. Superb. Yeah, I think for me the reason why it isn't number 1 is it just doesn't. Lacks a little bit of polish. But again, I don't think that the map would benefit personally from more polish. It's one of those fine balancing lines, isn't it? You have to draw a line somewhere when you're making a map, and Rockstew I think has got the line just about right. I think this is an outstanding work. Well done. But my map of the year in the Alpine category, well, there was a lot of competition this year. There was a lot of competition. In fact, it was one of those years, I've said it yesterday, I'm going to say it tomorrow and the day after as well, where there was potentially 7, 8, maybe even 9 maps that you can make a strong argument for map of the year. And this one, I think, is one of those. And I think that is what has elevated it above Rockstew's map. Because while it's as good in many respects, it feels a little more polished and a little bit more shiny. And there's a very good reason for that. The creator. The creator is one that we've seen on the channel several times now. This particular time was episode 1223, where they made us the beautiful map of Melk. It's Wafthrudnit. This map got 5 stars for aesthetics from me, 4 stars for detail, and 4 for gameplay potential. It does require mass transit if you want to play this one. Only requires 22 items off of the workshop, including the Alps Dolomites theme and the Relight 2 Lush LUT. So 20 items beyond the theme and the LUT combo. It has got recommended AVO settings because we've got a bridge running across the big river, which we'll see in a moment. Again, some people go, but this is a river map, BonBonB. Yeah, but I think it's defined by the mountains, which is why it's gone into the mountains category. But yeah, I would agree, it could also be a river map. And where the previous map could easily been a coastal map. There are so many. This is why it's so hard to categorize maps, because somebody says, I want a coastal map with this and with that. Well, the previous map was a coastal map, but it's not really a coastal map, really. Well, it is, but it's not. But anyway, yes, the AVO settings, which will allow you to have smaller ships, because the vanilla ships will crunch through this magnificent structure in the middle of the map. It looks stunning. It looks absolutely stunning. Yes, if you see any vanilla ships on the river, that's because for this short flyover, which is all I'm doing today, I didn't bother changing the AVO settings. But yes, that would be my hearty recommendation, is if you play the map, AVO, and get yourself some small river boats to run up and down the river instead of the vanilla ships. Also, there are some Theme Mixer 2 settings that you can tweak about with, but you don't really need it. You certainly don't need it for a theme mix. These are all for like light and slight color settings and so forth. The map, let's talk about the map. Wow, just wow. It's a mountainous map where, if you look here, we've got these fields. That's what I'm looking for. We've got fields that are working their ways right up into the lowland mountains. So it really does feel like up here we could in theory have like a huge farming area or forestry area, or we could have like a large town up here away from the river. There are multitudes of ways to take this one. I don't even know why I didn't give this one 5 stars for gameplay when I first reviewed it, but that was when I spent more than a few minutes just setting up a cinematic with the map. It was when I spent several hours with the map, just lovingly doing a review of the map. So at the time, I mean, again, 4 stars, my word. If you get 4 stars for anything, this is the thing with WhatsMap, right? The WhatsMap ratings, it's not a linear scale. I remember 5 stars basically means I have nowhere to go. It is something where I can't imagine it being any better. So 4 stars is always exceptional. 4 stars is from very good to absolute excellence. But yeah, I feel that you probably could just tweak that a little bit. Yeah, that's the kind of scale we're looking at. While 3 stars equals, hey, this map's perfectly fine, or even this map's quite good. So if you're getting a 3 stars or a 4 stars from me in the ratings, you're doing good. Okay, you're doing good. It's only if you're getting a 2 stars that you do need to sort of like fix a few bits and pieces here and there, and you don't want to get 1 star. You just don't want to get 1 star. That's where things are going very badly wrong. That's where you may be playing the wrong game. Wafthrudnit is not a creator for getting 1 star in a category. Even the dreaded 1 star for gameplay potential for forgetting that something is broken. We've covered that with the AVO mod here. You know, if we'd had ships gliding through that structure in the middle of the map, it would have lost a lot of points for gameplay, because it would be, well, this is just stupid, isn't it? Isn't it? And yeah, it would have been, but they were well ahead of the curve here. Well ahead of the curve. Doing the fly over the mountainous area here. So we started off on one side of the map, in the mountains on one side of the map, and I'm just like set up the cinematics just to creep around the mountain, so you can see that even in these mountainous areas, unlike with Go West Young Man, where the mountain areas are rugged and inaccessible and are just make the map a little bit claustrophobic in the areas that you can build it, it does feel like an area where you are building in valleys and nooks and crannies. This one, it still gets that you're building in valleys, nooks and crannies, but for those of you that want to build a bigger city, a more open city with the big river running through the middle, well, we have a large accessible river valley here, and lots of little rivers running down and feeding it as well. It's not all about the river, it's about finding space to build your city in and around those peaks, and there's lots of space to build your city in and around those peaks. They feel like peaks, but they're not the old pointy peaks that we had with Rockstew. They're slightly curvy peaks. They're not hills. They're way too big to be hills. They are mountains. And listen, it's inspired by Austria. And I would imagine that the height map was taken pretty much from Melk. I've not checked, but I would imagine it was taken from there. And then the whole road network and such was tweaked and amended to make the map a little bit more playable, or a little more interesting for City Skylines, because City Skylines doesn't always work perfectly well with a real life, which is why real life location maps are notoriously difficult. Have you ever seen a good real life location map? Even the class creators have issues producing a real life location map. You can take a certain real life location creators who do extensive networks. I'm not mentioning any names here. Who do extensive networks, but there's always detailing issues across the map, and they're not particularly pretty, but they're accurate. Or you get creators who do real life location maps who are really good at making the map look quite pretty, but the accuracy doesn't feel quite right. Or you get, it is accurate, but some of the slopes, because it's all been crammed in, become unnatural and unbelievable, but it is technically accurate. To get the combination of the both is really difficult. So what we've got here is we've swung away from the exact one-to-one replica of Melk and done a creative take on it, and it shines. For me, it shines. Now, of course, you have got the comments down below to say, yeah, but you've forgotten about this particular mountains map. I trust you. Trust me, I haven't forgotten about it. I haven't forgotten about it. But I've only got room at the end of the year for a couple. And these were the two, for me, personally, which shone. This is a personal list. And we have the viewer's choice for your lists. And, of course, the comments for your personal opinions. Please feel free to tell me that you think actually that this particular map over there was a better mountainous map. I'm always interested. I don't get a chance to reply to all the comments, but I do read them all. I read them. And mostly just vetting to make sure there's nothing too inappropriate. I don't mind a bit of sauciness, but nothing that's going to bring the channel down, please. Thank you very much. I will block you. Okay, let's calm down. Sorry. Melk by Wafthrudnit. This is... Yeah, Wafthrudnit, you've done it again, basically. You've done it again. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing Wafthrudnit at the top somewhere about in 2022, because they are consistent in their excellence, and I'm honoured to have the chance to review such a map. There we go, Melk by Wafthrudnit, my Alpine map of the year. Well, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another map in another category. And tomorrow we are going vanilla. So be sure to join me for that one. The very best vanilla maps of 2021. As this decreed by me, BonBonB. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.